it's Dr. Nancy coming to you live again on Wednesday. We have a very special guest today. We have Brandi Weatherald with, she is one of our moms of one of the guys we see. He's a teenager. Brandi, before I say anything, is it okay for me to talk about your son live on the air and maybe some of his treatments we've done with him?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. So Caden is being shy. He was going to show up on our broadcast today, but she says he's hiding in his room. So maybe we can encourage him to come out today because he's got to pick a winner for our...
Oh, here he is.
There he is. Hi, Caden. So Brandi, tell us a little bit about what brought you in, Caden to us, and tell us a little bit about Caden a little bit.
Okay, so about a year ago, Caden is diagnosed with autism, and he also has a sensory processing disorder. And about a little bit over a year ago, I started seeing a biomedical doctor and exploring some of the other treatment options out there that was available besides your typical Western medicine. And once we started on some of the supplements, she had suggested looking into chiropractic care and how that could alleviate some of his symptoms. So we found Dr. Nancy, and we started seeing her, I believe it was last August.
Wonderful. And then, so initially when we started working with him, we were doing like myofascial release and the adjustments on him, and he did really well with that. What changes did you notice with him?
Well, what was interesting is when we first came in, Jackie did the temperature thing, like did the temperature of his spine. Right. And I was sitting there because I looked at the poster that was on the wall, and I wrote down where I thought that he would light up. And prior to coming in, I didn't know that you could measure the temperature of the spine or anything like that. And so I made notes while she was doing it. And sure enough, some of the behaviors, and even not just behaviors, but some of the problems, some of the symptoms that he experienced, those were the areas that lit up the most. So after we started treatment, noticed less inflammation. He also has like an overgrowth of yeast, and I noticed that some of those autoimmune issues started clearing up. He was able to rest better, better sleep. I'm trying to digestive, and also his attention was had increased as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, he had some really good results with Caden. And a lot of kids on the spectrum, we will only usually just adjust the upper neck with him. Sometimes we'll get his hip, but we work a lot with, you've heard the term dysautonomia. So it's the nervous system is just kind of like whacked out, and he's stuck in fight or flight a little bit. And it really does help the immune system too.
That was one of the, I forgot to mention that. I have that on my notes here, but I forgot. That was one of the biggest improvements, was that fight or flight response and the effects of his nervous system, and how we saw, especially after a month or even 6 weeks, we could tell a huge difference in like that. For him, it came out like in what would you say, stress?
Yeah, it came out of like in stress and anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that was one of the biggest improvements that we saw as well, was that fight or flight response.
Right. Yeah, he wasn't as easily triggered.
Correct. Yeah.
So then there was a little bit of a break. We didn't see him.
Mm-hmm.
What did you notice then by not getting his adjustments? He was still continuing his vitamins and stuff, but he wasn't getting his adjustments.
Correct. Yeah. He was not getting the adjustments. There was, I don't know, it was probably a few months where he didn't want to come. He was tired of coming on a weekly basis, and it was kind of an argument. And then after not coming for a few weeks, he noticed, or not a few weeks, I think it was a couple months, but he noticed the difference. And so we decided to start coming back. But I think he had had treatment for several months before that break. Yeah.
Right. Caden, do you want to say anything? No? You're going to be shy? Well, Caden has a girlfriend of how many months now, Caden?
10 months on the 24th.
10 months. She's
after my birthday.
Awesome. And he's going to be playing football. When's the football game?
September. The EKS Games for Special Olympics is, I think, the second weekend in September.
Yes, he's very good. So Christy has a question.
Okay.
She wants to know what things you may have noticed after one treatment.
I noticed after the very first treatment, I will say he was more relaxed.
And I wasn't as stressed. Like I always have a lot of tension in like my back and stuff. And I noticed that it really helped that, and then also helped my anxiety and stress too.
So that evening after his very first treatment, I made the comment to him that I'd never seen him so relaxed since he was little. He has two modes: either he's sleeping or he's moving. And so that first night, I noticed a huge difference in just his level of activity, and he wasn't as sensory seeking, if that makes sense. Yeah,
that does make sense. He likes his massages too, don't you, Caden? So he's had a few different types. He's had myofascial with Danielle. I've done some cranial work with him, and now he's doing some cranial work with Pat and some myofascial or some regular massage because he wants his shoulders rubbed a little. So he's
my shoulder's always really tight and it hurts.
So Emily wants to know how can she convince her son, who's almost 8, to come in because he said it hurts and then panics and won't let me work on him.
Honestly, so I'm trying to think.
Do you have any tips?
I'm trying to think because
bribing.
That's what I was thinking.
That normally works for Caden. If all else fails, bribing. Have him try it one time.
Or even if it's just like, I'll go get your candy bar or something, like that usually works for me. But or even if it's like an activity you can do after, like if you do this,
a treat,
or if you want, like maybe even going to a park or something. So I know I'm an outdoors person, so it's like if that happens, then it's like, hey, if I do this, I can do this. And I feel like it's not an every time thing. Like I pick up on that, and I'm like, okay, and we do it. Like sometimes we do it every once in a while. You know, it's just yeah, it helps.
He could probably ask Dr. Nancy for the clicker or just the massage. Mm-hmm. We sometimes with the kids that don't want to get adjusted, we can do some myofascial release on them and really help, loosen things up. And then the adjustment can just be a very gentle adjustment too. So good question, Emily. So Caden, we've got some viewers on here that one of them's gonna win this boogie board this little boogie board thing. Okay, I know you probably want it, but so we're gonna ask them to pick a number between 1 and let's do 1 and 100. So everybody watching, if you can just put your numbers in while we're talking, and then Caden will pick a number 1 through 100. Don't tell us yet, and then we'll pick a winner for the boogie board. So Christy wants to know how chiropractic care affects autism. So several different ways. When I talked about dysautonomia before, we see this a lot with the autistic kids. They're stuck in fight or flight. So there's usually, and what I find is an upper neck misalignment or cranial misalignment. This is just one component of autism. There's so many more. And like Brandi said, she also does the nutrition part of it. It's really, really important to heal the gut too. But we really just work to get the spine in alignment so that the dysautonomia is, more balanced. So that he's not stuck in fight or flight all the time. And then we have some kids that are not stuck in fight or flight. They're the opposite. They may not talk, they may not move a lot, and things like that. So that also can help too. Oh, we have a dog.
Oh, he brought Lionel.
Oh, the dog is famous too. All right, so we have, let's see here.
Yeah, I actually have a lot of followers on Instagram, more than my mom has.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, you are so famous. Oh, Caden, tell them about your job. I saw him at the farmer's market.
Yes, I work at No Label at the Table. It's a gluten-free, dairy-free, dedicated bakery. we only employ kids on the autism spectrum, and we usually post on our social medias whenever we're hiring again. But right now we're fully staffed, and we work the farmers market in Carmel every Saturday, and the farmers market is from 8 to 11:30. If you probably want to get there before 9:30 or 10 because after that we're pretty much sold out of everything that we have that's good. Well, everything's good, but like the best stuff is sold out.
What about your store? Tell them where the store is.
Yes, the store is on Main Street in Arson Design District, next to Baslo's, Joe's Butcher Shop, Silver in the City, and then it's us, right next to Silver in the City.
Caden, what's it called again?
No Label at the Table.
No Label at the Table.
And it's a gluten-free and dairy-free bakery. They do have a certified gluten-free kitchen.
And dairy-free kitchen. We also have some vegan options.
Yes.
We also do weddings. We do birthdays, anything, like we'll make it. We actually just recently did a wedding and a couple of birthdays, so it's a lot of fun.
And at the farmers market, you actually have to take the money and figure out the change and everything, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't work in shop anymore. I like to work the events because I like to be social. And if you like follow us on Facebook or Instagram, we usually post like what we have that day on Instagram Live and stuff. We do ads for the farmers market right before it starts.
Oh yeah, the food is amazing. He talked me into getting what was it? A oatmeal cream something.
Oatmeal dream pie.
Yes, it's like the little Debbie oatmeal cream pies, but without all the bad stuff.
And they're better, and it's a lot. It's really, really good. That's
delicious.
My favorite item there. I usually convince people it's breakfast because it's oatmeal. And my boss is like, no, it's not, mate. It's oatmeal.
That's awesome. All right, Caden, what's our number? We got some guests here.
23.
23. Lisa Albano, you are our winner. We'll make sure we get your boogie board to you. We'll contact you. And you asked if I can help with your child's posture. It really depends on what's causing the posture issues. So we do have some kids with posture issues that we do see. So we would just have to do an exam first to see actually what's causing it. If it's a hereditary thing, if it's a cranial shifting, if it's actually a misalignment in their spine. So, but yeah, we do help a lot with posture. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
No, I don't think so. What about you, Ben?
No.
Go see Dr. Nancy.
Exactly.
You're getting ready to start school next week?
Yeah.
Yes.
What grade are you going to be in?
Junior. I'm going to be in 11th.
Awesome. Okay. Well, if anybody's at Carmel High School, say hi to Caden as you walk on by. And I thank you guys so much for coming on today. And
thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you for sharing your story. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
All right. We'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.